talking about the reduction of knowledge and then an increased access to knowledge, right?
Okay.
These are two different concepts. Book banning takes away access to knowledge. Putting in new knowledge like sexual reproductive health, sex in general, queer identity, what people have done throughout history, being gay. I think that that's granting more access to knowledge. No. As a queer woman growing up in the United States who didn't have access to any examples of how queer people were or could live, I was absolutely horrified, terrified to discuss my sexuality. I remained in the closet for many, many years, and I was sexually abused by people because I had to remain in the closet. So I think that having access to information is super important, and we should have access to all information, even if we don't agree with it, so that our kids can make those decisions on their own about who they want to be and what they want to do.
No. Children, no, and let me clarify. Because children don't have that knowledge. There's a reason why they're called minors and children. It's why they don't get to drive cars or vote. There's a reason why their medical procedures are supposed to go through the parents, not through the child. They don't have the comprehension. So to blanket say, well, the child will just make up the decision for themselves. They don't know. Kids, we're talking about
I don't agree with you.
Wait a minute. We're talking about children that routinely go around saying, I want to be a princess. I want to be a frog. And this is their concept of the world. They watch TV. And the reason why we're worried about children seeing certain images on TV, that's a different subject, but different images is why? Because they're impressionable, because they don't have the ability to comprehend reality or to make a difference or an understanding of the different types of consequences of their actions. So to say, oh, just throw all the books at them and let them read, they'll figure it out. No, that's not being responsible to those children.
Charlotte.
This is No Soundbites Allowed, and I am your host, Michael Boss. Dragging into Southern Tier, I'm happy to be here with you today.
Eric Holder, the Attorney General of the United States, admitted he has not read the Arizona immigration law.
I know it is a difficult task to stand up in front of our peers and say to Congress and say that Congress has failed to listen to voters.
You here at CPAC said yes to President Donald Trump in 2016, and I know you're going to say yes to
She was very aware that she had the flag in her hands and that the flag was dragging on the ground. That is an intentional action. She knows what she is doing. She then drops the flag. Understand the logic, and we see this in social media on a regular basis, and it's something that Newsweek decided not to tell you about. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, a representative in Congress who is writing laws to deny American citizens their rights, has no idea what she's talking about.
And they are against the vaccine mandate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you support that?
Last time I checked, there were not a lot of planes crashing into each other at airports, right? You can meet a very, very stringent accuracy rate when it's important, when it matters, like in federal elections.
The quote from Joe Biden where he is admitting that he is willing to lie to the American people.